So many families that we consult with at REAP Financial have done a tremendous job of saving. They've done the hard work. They've achieved that number they need to retire with great success. But I want to share with you today one of the biggest pitfalls we see with even the most successful families and how to avoid it altogether. Keep it right here. Good day, everybody. Chris Heerlein here, partner at REAP Financial and host of Retire Ready TV on KXAN. That's News Channel 36 right here in Austin, as well as Wealth Radio every Saturdays, 11 a.m. on News Radio KLEJ. Thanks for tuning into our channel here. If you enjoy our videos, hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up down below. Now today, what I want to give you some insight around is how some of the most successful families walking into our office, sitting down with me or one of our fiduciary advisors, they've done a tremendous job of saving, organized a lot of their affairs in a way that have gotten them to this point. They come into us looking for investment planning, Social Security planning, Roth conversion planning, Medicare planning, the things that really are going to make a lasting impact. But one of the greatest gaps we see, and even the most successful investors and retirees, at least initially, is they have not built a wall around their wealth. Their plan up to this point has been accumulation, building upon it, getting to some arbitrary number, maybe a number that they feel can put them on a path for success. But what I'm talking about today are the unforeseens, the things that can come at you and completely derail a retirement. Let me take a couple minutes here and show you some of the biggest pitfalls we see and how to avoid them. Number one, this is going to be probably the greatest gap we see, and that's not having your estate in order. I'm talking about wills, power of attorneys, HIPAA docs, and for many of our clients, living trust. You may have a will right now, but it likely is something you did 10 or maybe 30 years ago when the kids were born, you were getting ready to go on a trip, and it hasn't been touched or updated since. You need to understand, as your wealth grows, so does your liability. So does the need to have more control of your assets while you're here and when you leave them to your heirs someday. And that's where a living trust can come into play. And there's a lot of misconceptions around trust because there's a lot of different types of trust, but the type I'm talking about generally is going to be a very simple, living, revocable trust. And what this does, it's not a tax shelter. In many cases, it's not going to be a liability shelter. It's more of a privacy shelter. It can help keep your estate private when you pass someday. It can give you control of how your wealth is left when you're 6 feet under. You may have a child that maybe you don't want to leave everything to when you pass. Maybe over a period of years, you may have another child or grandchild that you're fine with doing that. Your trust can dictate how that money is left and how it is left in a period of years. Also, when you are thinking about leaving money to heirs, money that is left outside of a trust generally will go through probate. That means you got to get attorneys involved and courts involved, and things are made open to the public. Assets that are left within a trust could be your house, it could be your checking savings account, could be your brokerage account, and a number of other things. If it's left within the trust or titled within the trust, this goes around probate. So this can actually really benefit in the ease of access to this money left to heirs. Also from the privacy standpoint. Then we want to think about liability. And this is probably one of the greatest things as well. So many families like to help their kids along the way. Do you have a child that's on title of a car that you're on? Maybe they're on your insurance. Maybe you've bought them a house. Maybe you've bought a property that they lease from you during college years or during their younger adult years. Are you on title? In a worst case scenario, if they hit somebody in a car accident, if somebody falls on this property that you're on title on, they're not coming after your child. They're likely going to come after you because you've been the one that's built wealth to go after. So ensuring that you have very adequate, comprehensive liability insurance. And for most of our clients, most of you that have done a great job of saving, you may need to look at umbrella insurance, which in my opinion is some of the best money to be spent. It's pennies on the dollar, and it allows you to put an umbrella over your home, over your car, other liability coverage that will cover you in the event that your limits on those policies are met in a worst case, and this is where the true protection can come into play to ensure that your wealth is protected. Now, your IRAs and 401ks, pre-tax accounts. These have, in most cases, liability protection up to about $1 million plus. But for those of you that have done the best job of saving, you may need more than that. Also, ensuring that you have an investment plan that's well diversified, that's not just going to go down with the market when we walk into recessionary environments like we've seen in 22 and 2023. What is your plan to hedge against the inflation that we're seeing, the highest inflation in 40 years, and what could be 4 to 6% inflation over the next 3 to 5? So we're talking about building a wall around your wealth from an ease of access and legacy standpoint, from a protection liability standpoint while you're here, and protecting the assets that you're going to need to rely on no matter what economy, no matter what's going on politically or socially. When is the last time you've had that assessed? This is what we do at REAP Financial. During this 60-minute analysis, we can show you if a living trust is needed for you. We can show you if your wealth is positioned in a way to weather the storms that can come at you, not only right now, but in years to come, to ensure that you're on track and always on track for success. Email me today for a quick consultation via Zoom or in person at one of our Austin offices. Email me now, retire@reapfinancial.com. That's retire@reapfinancial.com. And myself and one of our fiduciary advisors will look forward to sitting down with you to provide you with some concrete results and concrete education that you can go implement for the years to come. All the best.